take me.
What is going on, guys? Tigerz here, back with another video. Today's a little bit different. We're going to be doing a tutorial. I've done tutorials in the past. They got quite good views, so tutorials are where the views are at for my channel. So anyway, today's tutorial is going to be about spot removal, specifically within Photoshop. I'm going to do another tutorial which you can see here for Lightroom spot removal. Programs like MS Paint and stuff like that are a bit more difficult to remove spots with, and phone apps I'm not too sure, but I'm a pretty spotty guy. I always have been. It's just one of those things in teens, I suppose. I'm starting to get rid of it now, so that's good. But this is I've got a picture on here that I'm going to show you that we're going to be working on today from about a year and a half ago, in a studio that I took. It was some low-key lighting, but it was on a really nice camera, so it really brought out the details and like lights and darks in my face. But we're gonna be working on that today. So yeah, let's get on with it. So we're gonna open up our Photoshop document here. I already had it open, but yeah. So this is me about a year and a half ago. As you can see, I'm very spotty along my upper lip and the left side of my face here. It's not so bad like up on the top part of my head, but I mean, there are bits. So the first thing you want to do in Photoshop, which I always recommend, is to make a new layer. And by doing that, you click and drag your layer 1. It's usually locked, so you might want to unlock it. And then click and drag that onto the new layer, and it'll copy the layer. Then what you want to do is you want to go onto the spot healing brush, which is located on the left side of your screen in the toolbar. Sometimes it's a bit weird, like if you see now, if I have it really big, it basically takes surrounding areas and tries to fill it up. So you can see you've got bits of my hair, bits of my eyebrow. It's actually part of it's taken away because of the dark background. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that our brush is not too big so that it doesn't take areas really far away. And we want to blow up the picture a bit here, and basically just click on areas. Sometimes it looks better than others. So if you look at that quite close up, you can actually kind of see that the skin tones are slightly pale compared to this quite red area. So you want to sort of like lower it down a bit each time to see if it'll just bring the closer up area. See, that's a little bit better. It's not really noticeable. A lot of people wouldn't notice it, but I would, because I tend to look quite close up with pictures. Not like this, but you know. And you basically just want to go around doing that to all the different areas that have spots. And for a lot of spots, if you pick your spots, like I used to quite a lot, because you know, cringe, it'll make the areas quite red, like just surrounding it. So you want to kind of like just make sure you've got the brush the right size, so that you don't just remove part of it and not all of it. Because obviously, if I just take out the middle bit, it's going to have a bit around it, so it's just not going to look right. Sometimes you can get away with making the brush a little bigger, but it doesn't look like we're going to get away with it there very well. You can also change the hardness of the brush, so if I wanted to make that a bit softer, I could, to make that blend a bit easier. But it seems like this one's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. So you just kind of got to be a bit temperamental with it and brush away at it slowly. Sometimes you can do the clone brush, sort of like do it manually, but this is like the quickest way if you want to get it done like super fast. Yeah, so for all you teens out there that want to upload a new Instagram picture, you're a bit worried about a zit you got on your head. You're like, oh, I can't upload that. You know, I had a zit that day. It's not a problem if you have Photoshop. It's easily fixed. So if you still like the picture, then you can put it up. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, sometimes you can notice if you have quite a lot of spots and if you don't do it right, you can sort of see the areas where the spot healing brush has been used. It goes a little bit sort of like flat, if that makes sense. It just looks like there should be something there, and there isn't, and it just looks, the textures just don't look right. They look really flat. So yeah, I mean, it's just working with it and practicing, going back and forth, seeing what looks right. Like, there's never too many times that you can undo something. So yeah, like, just, if you, this is another tool, if you guys didn't know, a shortcut. I mean, a lot of people I've seen still actually go up to edit and step backward. Instead of doing Control Z, which just does one unmove backwards, do Control Alt Z, and then you can go back a lot further. Like, you can change in the preferences up here. Yeah, so if you come back to the performance tab here, you can change what GPU you're using, how many megabytes of available RAM you want to use for Photoshop. Might make it speed up a little bit. But if you look down here at history states, you can choose how many steps back you want to do, which is quite good. Yeah. So carrying on with this, we just sort of brush around the areas. But also, if you have facial hair, it's a little bit difficult, because obviously you don't want to remove your facial hair or make them look like each hair just look a bit weird. Like, for me, it's not so bad because I tend to be, okay. The scratch discs are full. Okay, we're back. That's just a little bit better. I've just deleted a couple of shadow play clips off of my hard drive. Just cleared up some of the scratch discs. If you guys ever get that error message, it's just because your hard drive's full and it can't save anything. Because obviously in Photoshop it's a running document, so like everything you do increases the file size. So yeah, if you have a C drive that's quite small, if you go in the preferences, you can change where your cache files are. So if you've got a bigger second drive, you can change to that. I've done that, but I have a lot of Shadowplay clips and games downloaded on my second hard drive, so it's just slowly filled up. But I'm looking at getting a storage solution fixed up in the following months. So hopefully that should sort everything out. I've managed to put all my photos onto one hard drive. It was a 300 gig hard drive that I got for like £6 second hand, so that's pretty good. That's my storage solution for now. Obviously, getting second hand drives are a little bit dangerous because you might lose files if it's a bad hard drive, but I'll sort that out. It's nothing to worry about. So yeah, that's see, coming around to the nose, bits of blackheads and stuff, it's kind of like you don't want to take too much off, because a lot of people do have like areas on their nose that just kind of look like that naturally anyway. But yeah, so as you can see, we've cleaned up most of the big ones, I guess you could say, and the red areas. So if we zoom out now, you can see a huge difference in the face. It's taken away a lot of the red, but it's still got like little areas of like where they used to be, or slightly smaller ones that haven't actually come out yet. So yeah, there's one under the nose there. See, it looks like a little bit of skin. You can get rid of that too. So yeah, another trick I think I'll show you that, guys, while we're here, because it might help, is with, see how I've got quite red cheeks? This helps with getting rid of eye bags, purple eye bags as well. It's quite a useful tool that I sort of worked out how to do. So yeah. Okay, so what you want to do, guys, is you want to make a new curve layer. Once you've got a new curve layer, you want to press the base layer and not the mask. You want to make sure you're selected on the base layer. We don't want to be selecting the mask just yet. So then what you want to do is you want to go to the set black point dropper and double click that. And then it'll open up this menu. Then what you want to do is you want to select the natural skin tone of the picture and press OK. It says save the new target colors as default, so you want to press no. And then what you want to do is you want to select the red area, or the purple, or whatever. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to go into the mask layer and do Control I, which will invert the color. So as you can see here, it's gone to black. So on masks, you can use black or white to bring back or put away something. So what you want to do is you want to zoom in, okay, and you want to bring down, you want to go onto your brush and change the opacity of the brush to quite low. So we'll say like 15% for this example. And what you want to do is you want to see as it's black there, you want to switch to white. By pressing X, that changes between the two colors that you have. And then you just want to brush. You might benefit from having the hardness of your brush quite soft to have it on like a 0. That's what I usually do. And you just want to brush away in the red areas. And you can do this where the spots were. See, I've got a bit on the ear that's quite red. Do it down here. It should work for the whole picture in the same sort of counter color that you've had. So the first color you pressed, so the original skin tone, if you pick right. So yeah, so that's how you remove the redness of the skin after taking off the spots. As you can see if we merge these layers together, you can now see the huge difference that it's made. You might think that it brings out some of the lighting, some of the natural shadows, but you don't have to do it as like dramatically as I did. So you don't have to take away so much of the red, because like it's just skin tone, isn't it? I have quite rosy cheeks. I always have had quite rosy cheeks, but you know, some people, it's just personal preference how you want yourself to look in a picture. I know some people go crazy with Photoshop these days, but it's just, if you want to do that, it's your opinion, it's your choice. You can do it if you want to do it. But yeah, so that's a tutorial on how to remove spots and red areas, red cheeks, eye bags in Photoshop. I'm going to do another video on how to do the same sort of tutorial in Lightroom, in Adobe Lightroom, but this is the Photoshop one. So if you want to look in Lightroom, make sure you click the link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to follow my Instagram, that'll all be in the description below, or on screen if I decide to do that in post-production. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to click subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you don't, and leave some feedback in the comments on what I can do next or what you'd like and disliked about the video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Tigerz, peace out.